This is a screencast regarding classroom apps for EDT 500 by Alyssa Brown. In my current position, I teach children with autism. In teaching children with autism, I'm often teaching the students about emotions, both of themselves and of other people. We work on the students identifying emotions in another person by looking at facial expressions, as well as creating their own facial expressions to help other people identify how they may be feeling. This app, Moody Monster Manor, was created by Alex Toys. It was created in March of 2011 and is for students age 3 to 8 to work on basic beginning emotions. Let's look at a video that describes Moody Manor.
Ingredients to the bowl. Tap the screen left and right to use the flashlight. Tap the right answer to help Wanda finish her homework. Click the name tag to the right Moody Monster. That's a great party!
Okay, so now this is the interface, the beginning screen for Moody Monster Manor. If you look, you can see it has multiple options. Down here in the right corner, we can meet the monsters. We can click play to play games, and we can click Monster Maker in order to make our own monster or personalize our interface. The home screen is very inviting to the students, and I think that they'd like the bright colors and the silliness of the fact that they're looking at emotions on monsters rather than people themselves. When you click Meet the Monsters, it brings you to this home screen. What I'm looking at is it says a variety of emotions and pictures that go along with those emotions. For instance, the first row has the emotions of scared, worried, love, bored, and sad. One concern I have with this is it might be a little bit complicated for students so young as age 3, and especially those on the autism spectrum, which is who I'm targeting this app for. There's emotions such as daffy. I myself am not sure what daffy means, although by looking at it I would think it would be an excited feeling. And so I think for a child on the autism spectrum it may be really difficult to understand that emotion. I do like that they have emotions such as yucky, embarrassed, and sorry, as these are emotions that the students are probably oftentimes feeling but may not have the words to use. Now they'll be able to use these adjectives and these describing words of feelings in order to describe themselves. When you click on Make Your Monster, as you can see, you can change the body, the patterns, which is the way that your body looks. You can change the eyes. The eyes often depict various emotions. There were angry eyes, confused eyes, silly eyes. You can change the nose and the mouth of your monster. Finally, you can personalize your monster. This monster's name is Moody Monster. However, you can change that to be your own name. For instance, I may name it Alyssa, as that's my name. When you click on the play button in your home screen, it brings you inside Moody Monster Manor. As you can see, there's a game called Scared Sam, Worried Wanda, Confused Carl, and Hungry Hank. These games are available for the students to play, and they depict various emotions. When you click on Scared, it brings you to this page, and it says, Sam is scared he's going to have a nightmare. Help Sam capture his bad dreams. I like that it depicts that bad dreams and nightmares are associated with scared. That's something that you could be scared about. It gives a real-life example of something that could make you scared. When you open the game, it wants you to use the flashlight to get rid of the nightmares and stay away from the positive thoughts or the dreams that you could be having. I really like this because it shows you various things that could cause nightmares, such as being hurt over here. However, I would like this to expand a little bit further for those that are on a higher level, in that all the student eventually needs to figure out in this game is that white is good and black is bad. Every nightmare or thing that could make Sam feel scared is backgrounded in black, and the positive thoughts have a background of white. I'd wish that it went a little bit further and didn't necessarily categorize them based on color, but rather simply based on the action itself, and that a child had to decide, was this a dream, a positive feeling, or would this be a nightmare or a negative feeling? When you click on Worried Wanda, it asks you to help her finish her homework. In this homework, it says which monster is lonely up in the left-hand corner. And as you can see, this monster clearly is not lonely. This monster looks silly. This monster is happy. And the only one left would be this monster right there, which is lonely. However, which monster is hungry? Hungry is a really difficult emotion to see on somebody. You may be able to say, I feel hungry, but the look on somebody's face may be very different when they're hungry. For instance, this monster and this monster look very similar. Their eyes are both open, their eyes are both wide, their mouths are wide in a smile shape. I'm confused as to why when one is hungry, why the other one is not hungry. Also, while this monster's face is red or has rosy cheeks, hoping to depict embarrassment, I really think that it's difficult because someone may look like that. They may have a slight frown, their eyes may be wandering up, they may be concerned about where their food is. They may also be hungry. So I think hungry is a very difficult emotion to depict in pictures. Another concern that I have with Worried Wanda is that not all of the questions in her homework that you're trying to help her with are related to emotions. For instance, those first two that we just saw were emotion related. However, the next question asks which animal is black and white. This is now based on color words as well as animals. And I'm slightly concerned that if my intent and my goal is to work on emotions, that not all the material is then related to the concept and my learning objective or goal. In the game Confused Carl, we're trying to find out which monster up here is worried. We're supposed to flick this name tag down here to the correct monster. I like this. It gives you an example of 3 people, and you need to choose which one is worried. Now, looking at these 2 emotions, both this one and this one look like they could be worried. So this also could be a little complicated for some students, and I'd rather they were more spread out and easier to identify, especially for the students that are lower, such as the 3-year-olds that are just beginning to even identify what worried could mean and what it could possibly look like. And finally, the last game that we can play is Hungry Hank. And this game asks you to put in various ingredients to make a pie. For instance, we're making wormy apple pie up here. However, my ability to put a worm, a pumpkin pie, and an apple into this here pot doesn't really tell me anything about emotion. And again, I'm slightly concerned that not all of the topics covered relate to my goal of students understanding and depicting emotions. Finally, we're back here at the home screen. And one other thing that concerns me is that these games up here are locked, and it did not tell me how to achieve those or how to work on those or get to those levels. I'm not sure if it's an in-app purchase or whether I have to achieve a certain level of proficiency prior to opening those levels. When I did click on them, the game stated that more games would be available soon. However, it didn't give me a time frame or how to achieve that. In terms of motivating the students, I think the bright colors will definitely motivate the students, and I think it's very easy to use. As we talked about, that monster maker down here, it's right here in the home screen again. I can click there to go back and recreate my monster. I can also click on Meet the Monsters again and get a biography of what scared means or lonely means, and I can look at those pictures. I do have a concern that students would want to continually come back to this app because when I click on Scared Sam, it repeats the same game over and over again. It's not building on old material. There's no levels to accomplish. Once you've played Scared Sam, you've played Scared Sam. The only thing you could do is work on upping your score, which is here posted on the doors. As you can see, I said 19, 16, 18, and 30. So I really think that it would be beneficial for this game to build upon the skill levels. Or maybe you go into Scared Sam and level 1 is using a flashlight, and maybe level 2 is that they're not color-coded that way. But that's not available in this app. I'm sure there are other apps out there that may be better for that, but this was the one that I wanted to look at, and I hope to use in my classroom soon. Hope you enjoyed it.